This is the teacher night. Give us a round of applause just for teachers. This is the teacher night. And I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. That's a crazy time, isn't it? Pimples are popping. Breasts are exploding. Hormones are raging. And that's just me. Kids do not write anymore. They can only text. So I figured, you know what? That's how I'm going to grade them. I'm going to grade them in text. I'm going to be like, BTW, outside parenthesis, that's a sad face. Fail. Your BFF, LOL, Mrs. J. When I first started teaching, though, I saw these 2 little boys. They were passing back a note, back and forth. So I run over to them, I grab the note, I look at it, they drew me naked. I ran right down to that principal's office, I said, look what they did. He looks at it, he goes, Miss Johnny, we're gonna have to discipline these boys. They're gonna be an in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension, they're gonna get it. And I said, let me tell you something. They need to go back to art class. They drew me with square nipples. There's things I just can't say in the classroom. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade little boys, like they giggle at everything. I can't say balls. See these guys over here, they're still giggling. I should be able to say balls. And then, you know, I'm a drama teacher, so I have a lot of scenery in my classroom. But I love it when little Olivia, 2nd period, runs into my class and she's like, Mrs. Jonny, where's your bush? I call it the shrub now. Or the topiary. My mother, she hates technology. I mean, she really hates technology. She will not embrace it, but she's finally learning to. She doesn't even like the ATM, people. So that's too much for her, the ATM. She owes me like $40,000. She finally learns how to text, and she's so excited. She's like, hi! She sends me a text. Hi! I text! I'm like, great! I text her back. I'm like, welcome to 1999! She thinks Facebook is a book that you check out of the library. Yeah, just hashtag, you know what that is? That's something you serve, we'll put some eggs. She's trying though, she's trying. My kids are addicted to Instagram. Do you know what Instagram is? You just take pictures of everything. My son takes pictures of food. Okay, that's his thing. He took a picture of a plate of sausage. I didn't know whether to be appalled or happy. He got 57 likes on his sausage. Thank you. Yeah, on his sausage, that's right. And I had to get off Instagram because I have too many kids following me. My students are following me on Instagram. I gotta get off. I mean, it's like, Brandon, hashtag 64. I loved your meatballs. Oh, yeah, I gotta get off Instagram. My kids are playing Xbox. Does anybody here have kids on Xbox? Right? They're like, it's like addictive. It's seriously. I went out last weekend. I went out for 3 hours. I came back. They didn't even know it was gone. Okay? So I figured, you know what? Next week, I'm going to Florida. Yeah. I have no idea. They'll still be down there. So the kids, yeah, I love them. But you know what? Dinner time. If you have little kids, and even if you remember, even when they got older, trying to get these kids to the table to eat, I can't stand it. I totally give up. I just open up a bottle of wine. You'd be surprised, 2 glasses of wine knocks them right out. I have 1 glass of wine. I don't care if they've eaten their dinner anymore. I really don't. 2 glasses of wine. I don't care if they clean their room. I don't care if they eat dinner. I really don't care. 3rd glass of wine, what kids? Who cares anymore? They're good. They're good kids. You know, Sometimes, though, I still get just, I think someone said this before, so they're bored. Someone said, someone said their kids are bored. Could you imagine? There's about 400 toys in a playroom. They have iPads, phones, laptops, all the technology. You're bored? I said, you know what? Why don't you play with the toys that I had to play with when I was your age? You try making a cake with a light bulb. And then you can watch Mary Poppins on my Viewmaster. She's up, she's down, she's up, she's down. That's how I had to watch a movie. And then you can play with my Barbie and Ken doll. Do you know how long I thought men had nothing down here? And then I married my husband. And he proved it. And then to top it off, you know what I want to give them? I want to give them my click clackers. The lady over here is like this. Hey, G-rated show, okay, lady? No, you remember the two glass balls on a string. What the hell kind of a toy was that? I have no idea. The kids. I had to get a new car. We go. I finally, turned in the other minivan. Got to get the new car. The guy is selling me on this whole thing with the DVD. The kids can watch the DVD. I said, let me tell you something. Have you ever tried to smack a kid in the way back in the minivan? Remember your mother? Do you want me to pull this car over? Do I need to pull this car over? I don't need a DVD system, people. I need a smacking system. Okay? I just want to press a button. I want a little hand to jut out. I just slap him. And then I want to press a button that just pop on the head. Third button, the last button, though, I want to think I'm that bad. I'm really not that bad. I'm kind of nice. The last button, if they're good, and I mean if they're really, really good, it'll toss them back a fruit snack. That's right. So summer's over, so the kids go to camp, and I was so excited because I wanted my son to go to camp. I picked this camp, Camp Nomoko. Sounds like a nice name, right? Nomoko. Apparently, I looked it up, and Nomoko is an old Indian name that means reform. So I sent my son to a juvie reform camp. Is where I sent him. Yeah, and I felt bad because we were getting the letters home with the faces crying. In the return part of the envelope, it just says, from hell. And the counselors felt so bad, he was so homesick, that they were taking pictures of him in video, like, look, he's fine, he's okay, he's all right, he's having fun. They posed him by the archery section like this. Say you're having fun, say you're having fun, 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 fun. I felt so bad. It was like terrorists with someone they had kidnapped, like Guantanamo Bay. It was when he came home, I had 2 tons of laundry and I had to debrief him. We're sending him next year. Who's going back? He's gonna go back. So I know there were some Italians here, right? Yeah, that's pretty crappy actually. Come on, Italians. Yeah, I grew up in a crazy Italian family. My father used to call my periods my minestrone. Every pet I ever had growing up, a duck, a chicken, a rabbit, always ended up in one of my father's recipes. The only pet that survived was my guinea pig, because he thought it was Italian. So then I started dating an Italian, big Italian family. I gotta tell you people, for years I was dating this guy. I had no idea what he did for a living. I could not figure it out. Because he used to get up really early in the morning. He always had a wad of cash on him. And I thought to myself, I was like, ooh, I think I'm dating someone in the mafia. That that could be kind of cool, right? Let's go. And then I put 2 and 2 together. I wasn't dating a soprano. I was dating a paper boy. And then I married him. I married him. Yeah. And a big Italian family. And I'm sure you know, with some of these Italians here, you know that every basement in an Italian home has at least one son and a lot of food. You stock up like it's World War III. There is so much food in my mother-in-law's basement. Seriously, we could live down there for a year. I think we could. And it's all expired crap, really. It's so old. So when we first got married, he was saying he was going home to visit his parents. He wasn't going home to visit. He was going home to grocery shop. And he came home with all his expired crap. He came home with Billy Beer from the Carter administration. And my favorite, Tang. Who are we having for dinner? Astronauts? I have no idea. Crazy Italians. So this summer, I really I'm so lucky. This is the best part about being a teacher. I've had a great summer. And I decided, my girlfriend has this like awesome garden. She's so down with this garden. And I was like, ooh, I want to have a garden too. And I was like, I like your rose bush. She's like, hassle-free rose bush. I'm like, that's right. I stink at everything. People, I can't even grow a cherry tomato. Okay? I'm just gonna go to the farmer's market to buy my tomatoes. But I was so jealous. I got this hassle-free rose bush. Let me tell you something. I brought it back today. It's a stick. Did you give it enough water? Did you have enough water? Was it too much water? I said it said hassle-free. Hassle-free, people. And then she's like, you know what I'm gonna do for my garden? I think I'm gonna get a bird bath. A bird bath for the garden. I was like, okay. And then she told me how much this was. This bird bath was $165. I said, you don't need a bird bath. You get a hose and you just hit them in the air. It's a bird shower is what it is. I am jealous of that damn garden. Anyway, so there's nothing like, I gotta tell you folks, there's nothing like being a teacher, but then getting a call from, how many people have gotten a call from the teacher? No one? You all have great kids, right? You got that call, you know what I'm saying. That call was terrible. So again, the kindergarten teacher called me and she's freaking out. Mrs. Jonny, we were trying to teach the kids how to measure. Do you want to know what your son measured? His penis. And then she was so upset that I wasn't upset. And I was just so happy. He could do math. My husband was not thrilled at all. Because apparently Aiden is bigger than he is. But I told him, I said, honey, relax. At least he's getting excited about math. Isn't that what we want, right? Oh boy. And at some point, my kids are older now. And you can't be naked in front of your boys. You just can't. Renee, are you naked? No, you're not. Not in front of your little boys. You can't be naked in front of these boys. There comes a time where you're like, that is cut off, right? So I'm in the bathroom, and the little one comes in, he's like, Mommy, where's your wanker? I said, oh, honey, Mommy doesn't have a wanker. She has a hoo-ha. A what? A hoo-ha? He's getting very upset. He's like, oh, don't you want a wanker? I said, oh, no, honey. With a hoo-ha, Mommy can get as many wankers as she wants. You guys have been an awesome crowd. Thank you so much.